Did you know Moses, the great liberator, almost died before he even got started? His own wife, Zipporah, saved him in a way that challenges everything you think you know about obedience and faith. Ever heard of Zipporah? She's more than just Moses' wife. She played a pivotal role in the Exodus story. Today we read diving into Exodus 4:24-25 to uncover how this seemingly minor passage reveals a powerful moment where Zipporah saved Moses' life. Prepare to discover the surprising circumstances, the debated ritual, and the profound implications of this often overlooked narrative. Let's explore Zipporah's courageous act and what it teaches us about faith, family, and fulfilling God's purpose. A mysterious encounter. Why Zipporah acted. All right, let's dive straight into the weirdness. Exodus 4:24-25 throws us this curveball. At a lodging place on the way, the Lord met Moses and sought to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife, cut off her son's foreskin, and touched Moses' feet with it, saying, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me." So he let him alone, and she said, "A bridegroom of blood," because of the circumcision. What on earth is going on here? It's important to remember that back then, covenants were sealed with blood. Think of it like a contract today. You signed to make it official. Circumcision was the sign of the covenant between God and Abraham's descendants. Moses, being a leader called by God to deliver his people, was failing to uphold his family's end of the bargain. He hadn't circumcised his son, Gershom. Imagine if a CEO showed up to a massive merger negotiation, having forgotten to sign crucial paperwork. It'd be a disaster. Similarly, Moses, about to negotiate with Pharaoh on God's behalf, was in direct violation of a fundamental command. The bridegroom of blood phrase is jarring, isn't it? Some scholars interpret it to mean that Moses now belonged to Zipporah, bound by blood because she had averted God's wrath and saved his life. Her quick action, though seemingly violent to our modern sensibilities, restored Moses standing before God and allowed him to continue his mission. It was a pivotal moment, and it highlights Zipporah's bravery and her understanding of the importance of the covenant. The mysterious encounter at the inn. So, Moses, freshly commissioned by God, sets off to Egypt with his family. He's probably feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation. Then, bam. The Bible tells us that the Lord met him and sought to kill him at an inn. Talk about an unexpected plot twist. What on earth is going on here? The text is deliberately vague, leaving us with more questions than answers. Why would God, after just sending Moses on this incredibly important mission, suddenly turn around and try to kill him? Some commentators suggest Moses was neglecting the covenant sign of circumcision for his son. Perhaps he'd become lax in observing this key element of his faith. Maybe due to pressure from Zipporah, who might have had cultural objections to the practice. In those days, circumcision was a key indicator of being part of the Abrahamic covenant, visible symbol of dedication to God. Whatever the reason, it's clear that God considered this a serious offense. Moses, chosen to lead Israel into covenant faithfulness, was himself falling short. But this isn't just about Moses. It's about the covenant relationship with God. God demands obedience and takes covenant commitments seriously. Now, enter Zipporah. She sees the urgency of the situation. She understands that something drastic needs to be done to avert disaster. Without hesitation, she takes a flint knife, circumcises her son, touches Moses' feet with the foreskin, declaring, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me." It's a visceral, dramatic act loaded with symbolic weight. This wasn't a gentle spa treatment. This was a swift, desperate action performed in the face of death. What can we learn from Zipporah's bold act? Zipporah's story, though brief, carries profound implications for our lives today. Firstly, it highlights the importance of obedience, even when we question divine timing or methods. God had commanded circumcision as a sign of the covenant, a symbol of dedication. While Moses was clearly chosen and called, his failure to fully embrace this commandment created a spiritual vulnerability. Are there areas in our lives where we are hesitant to fully commit to God's commands? Zipporah's decisive action serves as a reminder that partial obedience is still disobedience. Secondly, Zipporah's resourcefulness demonstrates the power of practical faith. She acted swiftly and strategically, using what she had readily available to avert a crisis. We too can learn to leverage our unique skills and resources to serve God and protect those we love. Don't underestimate the power of your natural abilities, whether it's problem-solving, comforting, or advocating. God can use them in unexpected ways. Finally, Zipporah's story subtly challenges traditional gender roles. In a patriarchal society, she, a Midianite woman, takes a decisive religious action that saves her husband's life. This underlines that God uses anyone willing to be obedient and resourceful, regardless of background or societal expectations. He looks at the heart, not at outward appearances. So, be bold, be resourceful, be obedient. And remember Zipporah's story? A powerful reminder that God can work through anyone, even in the most unexpected circumstances. So, we've learned how Zipporah, often overlooked, acted decisively and courageously in Exodus 4 to save Moses' life and fulfill God's covenant. Her quick thinking and obedience were crucial in that pivotal moment. Did you find this story as impactful as we did? If you learned something new about Zipporah and her vital role, give this video a thumbs up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you most about her actions? And finally, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating, often hidden stories from the Bible. Click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. So don't underestimate the power of the women in your life. They might just save it. See you next time.